Hey guys, quick disclaimer for this video. I'm going to be talking about menstruation and menstruation products, and if that's not your thing, that's alright, just click away and go do something else with your time. But I'm a 27-year-old person who menstruates, and I should be able to talk about this, so I'm going to. Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about menstruation cups because I spent a lot of time looking for a lot of videos and watching a ton of videos about menstruation cups before I bought one because I wanted personal experiences, and every single one that I watched was like raving about how great they were and that they were like this perfect product. And so I went in with really high expectations, and once I tried them I realized that my hopes were way too high. So I wanted to make a video. It's a little bit different. It's not going to be different, but it's different opinion, I guess, on menstrual cups, but not necessarily like in a bad way. So if you don't know what a menstrual cup is, that's alright. They're these little things, these little devices that you insert up inside your body when you're on your period to collect your blood, like instead of wearing a tampon or a pad. Because I personally I hate tampons. I've hated tampons for a very long time. Once I learned how they were like made, what they're made with, it was just like, even before that, I've never really liked tampons. So I've always worn pads. And I didn't even really like pads either because at the end of the day, they just feel like diapers. And I hate that. And you just constantly have to buy them more and more and more and more and more. So once I started hearing about menstrual cups, I was like, yeah, that sounds like my jam. I'm gonna get onto that. So, don't know where that came from. I bought one. This is the Diva Cup. I feel like that's like the most well-known one. That's the only one that I had ever really heard about. Anyway, like I said, it's something that you insert, and it can stay inside your body for, 8 to 10 hours, and it's perfectly safe. You don't have to worry about toxic shock syndrome like you do with tampons. And depending on how much you bleed, most people can have it in for at least 8 hours and still not overflow. Because unless you have like really horrible heavy flow, you don't bleed as much as you think you do. Because with tampons and pads, man, I felt like I was just bleeding so much. But then I started using this, and I'm only bleeding like half an ounce a day. That's like hardly anything. Doesn't matter that I'm feeling terrible, but the fact that I wasn't bleeding as much was just like crazy to me. Anyway, but the way that you get it in is, on the package it says to fold it and then fold it again, but that is kind of big. So a lot of people like to just push one side down into it, and that creates a much smaller area to insert. And that works really well for me. Once it's inside, it pops open. They say to like put a finger up in beside and press a little bit to make sure that it does pop open. Because if it doesn't, you'll leak. Once it's in there, every single video that I watched was like leak proof, and like I didn't even have to wear a panty liner, and like no mess whatsoever. But I definitely had to wear a panty liner because I still had like some leakage of some sort. I don't know how people do it. Maybe it's just the way I'm designed down there, I don't know, but I definitely still had to wear a panty liner, but wearing a panty liner instead of a pad or a tampon is way preferable than anything else. It's not like totally leak proof for me, but it works. Getting it out is a different story. When I the first period that I had while trying to use this, getting it out was such a hassle. It was so frustrating. Each time I had to take it out, I was just like so anxious about it. If you guys can hear my nephew, I'm sorry, but he's screaming. He's in a phase right now where he squeals a lot. Even when he's just happy, he's learned to use his vocal cords, so that's what you're hearing. Okay, sorry. And it's distracting me. Getting it out was so frustrating for me, but don't panic. And I will say that there is most definitely a huge learning curve with menstrual cups. The longer you try to use it, the easier it's going to be, the more comfortable you're going to be. But in the beginning, it's not a walk in the park. It can be scary and anxious, make you anxious, but you'll be okay. Just breathe. It'll be okay. You'll figure it out, and chances are it'll be a good product for you. I don't know. Everyone was talking about how it's a great product for them, and it ended up being a good product for me, but there was definitely a learning curve that no one warned me about. It is difficult in the beginning until you get used to it, until you get comfortable with it. So don't get discouraged. I got so discouraged after not being able to comfortably use it at first, that I went online and I looked up for a different company with a different bottom. Because that was my biggest problem pulling it out. I just couldn't get a grip on this little thing. It was so frustrating for me. So this is a cup by a company called MeLuna, and super fast shipping. Pretty much the same price, even with shipping. So this is a little bit more expensive because they're about the same price, even though I had to pay for shipping with this one, you know. Anyway, super fast, really nice company, but the problem with this one is that it is a softer material. I mean, it's the same material, it's just softer. So it stays folded up inside of me. I cannot figure out a way to get it to open up inside of me. And like I said, if you can't get it to open up, it's going to leak a lot. And it did a lot for me. No matter what I tried, I couldn't get it to open up. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It could just be the way that I'm personally shaped, and that's okay. But this part works great. I love this part. I wish that I could, switch the bottoms out. MeLuna also has more sizes than Diva Cup. You can see that they're a little bit different for me, but the Diva Cup, at least as of right now, only has 2 sizes, one for women who have had vaginal births and one for women who haven't. So I have the haven't because I don't have any kids, or haven't had any vaginal births. And but this one, they ask your weight and your height, and they also have an active one, if you're super active. So look into that if that's, I don't know, if you're interested, look into it. For me, it didn't work, but I'm sure that for some people it works wonderfully. And I wish I could get it to work. I might keep trying. Maybe I just haven't found the perfect way to do it yet. I don't know. So I stopped using this, went back to this one, and just kept practicing until I got down a good way to get it out. So for me, what I do to get the Diva Cup out is I sit down on the toilet, I take a deep breath, and when I breathe out, I use my muscles to push a little bit. So I can inch my fingertips up a little bit. Then I do it again. I breathe in, and when I breathe out, I push a little bit and just do it again. And I keep inching my way up until I have a better grip on it. Then I can just pull it out and it's fine. I rinse it, put it back in, no problem. But yeah, definitely a learning curve with this one. Probably with all of them, at least for me. I mean, the other people that I watched on video, maybe they're just superhuman. No, I don't know. But there's definitely a learning curve, at least for me. And in the end, I highly recommend them. I even recommend this one. You know, it didn't work great for me, but I love that there's more styles, I guess. No, more sizes. So, yeah, I don't have any discount codes for you or anything like this. This is not sponsored. I just wanted to get my opinion out there. I recommend it. I recommend trying it, and just go in with knowing that there is a learning curve and that it might take you a couple periods before you really feel comfortable with it. Because I've only been using them for 3 periods now, and I'm still I'm only going to get better with it. But that's it. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that your periods aren't horrible, because my periods have been horrendous lately. I don't know what's going on. My doctor doesn't know what's going on. We're trying to figure it out. So I hope you have better periods, but if you don't, I'm right there with you. I know how that goes. If you have a question, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I will definitely answer you. Or if you have experiences with your own menstrual cups, I'd love to hear, good or bad. I'd love to hear from you. And I hope you guys are doing well. stay tuned for an update video of some sort, because I've been gone for a little while. I know, I'm so bad at videos. I love you guys, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!